Hello. Hi everybody. I know it's been long. You're like a hussy. I know I have I think 2 subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I know, all I wanted was 1 subscriber, at least one, and I got 2. So I'm very blessed for that. Thank you for subscribing. And now you're probably like, I subscribed and she doesn't even put videos up. Actually, I've been in my nursing semester, so it's been really crazy. I have 2.5 weeks left, so I'm happy about that. Yay! Shout out to me. Just 2.5 weeks left, and then about a year away from graduation. But I've been fighting my own battles with that because it's really hard, and especially someone like myself who has a lot of pride because I've already got my grad school background. So, you go to nursing school oh, honey, I got this. No, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I'll get into more details with that later. That's not what this video is about. I just wanted to let you know what the heck was going on. This video, I want to have a discussion about Black television and how we have a tendency to have a critique for everything. And critique is okay. Critique is what gets the conversation going. Sometimes I feel the conversation is going in a different direction than what it was meant for. So anyway, I want to specifically discuss television that pertains to Black women. So shows like Scandal or Being Mary Jane. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites ever. Insecure. Oh my gosh. Issa Rae. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's my wife. I love her. She's amazing. And then also television shows like Power and any other shows I can think of as I go through this whole conversation. I'm one of those people that ad-libs, so if I go, I apologize. I am new at this YouTube thing. I'm new at editing, so I'm going to try to hurry up and talk. I want to keep this video 10 minutes long because I know you hoes have a very short attention span, so let's try to squeeze this in 8 more minutes here. So, what I wanted to say was sometimes I'll watch people make videos about a spiritual journey about regarding not watching certain television shows anymore. I would consider myself a very spiritual person. However, I also do give myself access to certain secular, what we would consider secular television. It's so weird because it's secular is so much more broader than everything than gospel, and that's really a shame. I hope that we can change that direction a little bit, or bring up Jesus and bring up God, bring up the Holy Spirit more in conversation. In general, I think that's something we should do. So I looked at a few videos, and they're basically saying, oh, I don't like Insecure because Insecure basically is a negative image of Black women. There's a lot of cussing. She's promiscuous and sleeps around in the show, and she doesn't handle her problems well. The only television shows, by the way, I love Gabrielle Union and Kerry Washington, gorgeous women, and both are currently married and have healthy family structures, but on TV, they're not healthy. And I'm sure this is supposed to appeal to women that are dysfunctional, but my thing is God has made us all broken. We're all broken or whatever, but what I would have liked to see is more improvement over time, more self-love, more caring, more loving of another man. And in the shows, now I never really watched Being Mary Jane. I think I watched the first season only because Omari, the character from Power, was in that. He's so fine. Oh my gosh. So he was in Being Mary Jane. I stopped watching it because I felt like she just kept I just didn't get it. She's beautiful, has this money, has a television show, but still can't figure shit out with men. And I think everybody has at one point or another, even myself before I found my husband, had to try to find a man, have to make sense of love. This is this dog. I can't deal with him. He's a grown man. Anyway, every woman's dealt with that. But, what is taking her so long? It's been, 5, 6 seasons, and she's still so many men have been in her house and inside of her. It's just, the show just seemed not spiritually well with me. So that's that. And then Scandal I loved, but then there was a season, there was an episode where she gets an abortion, and I don't know if you know the premise of Scandal. I hope you know it. Otherwise you wouldn't really understand what I'm talking about. Basically, there was the white guy president, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they're having an affair while he's president. Then Millie, who's the president's wife, kind of like the Jackie Kennedy in the situation, ends up divorcing him because they're having a slew of different things going on. They lost their son, but then there's also the affair going on simultaneously. And then finally the Caucasian guy, her lover, moves her into the White House and everything, made the relationship official. And then what happens is, like, she aborts his baby, and then, like, you never know about it. And that wasn't spiritually right with me. Like, there's, like, I have limits to my ratchet. Like, I can deal with a certain level of ratchet, but when it, like, crosses a moral line, that's when I can't mess with it no more. Because to me, we are all broken. Nobody's perfect. And I like television shows. What I'm getting at, I like television shows that have consequences. I like consequences. So if I'm doing something terrible, I just convict me. And I want to see that conviction of that character in the show. That's what I expect from God. That's obviously what God does anyway. But that's what I expect out of a character in a show. So if they're doing ratchet shit, I'm not saying I'm okay with the ratchet stuff they're doing, but I need to see that accountability. I need to see kind of the responsibility being taken for that actions, or I need to see consequences for them not taking responsibility for their actions. And I have to say, in shows like Power and Insecure, I actually see those consequences, those negative, subsequent events that come after, that sin. Or, like, I actually see it. In Power, we saw the destruction of his family. We saw the death of his daughter. We saw him not really keeping an eye on his kids. We saw his wife stepping out as a result of him chasing pussy. Like, we saw consequence for that action, for that ass. I'm just saying, we saw that. In Scandal or Being Mary Jane, I don't think I really saw consequences for action. Yeah, Mary Jane, I think her friend died or something. It just seems like other shit was happening to other people, wasn't really happening to her directly. Her cash flow wasn't being messed up. She didn't have really a relationship that could be destroyed, So it was no real consequence. That's why that show wasn't good for me. Same with Scandal. Like, she's just this bomb-ass attorney, has all these high-profile clients, blah, 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 still wearing these incredible purses and jackets and shoes, and on her cell phone like it's handled. Her curls are bouncy, but again, I'm not seeing the consequence of her actions. I never saw it. Things kind of just continued, and I didn't get that. In Insecure, she was in a relationship. If you haven't seen the show, because I'm not giving a big synopsis, because for the sake of time, I just don't want to keep you guys on here for too long. If you watch the show Insecure, she's in a relationship with this guy named Lawrence, and then basically she cheats on Lawrence because she's been with him for 5 years, and she cheats on him with a guy that she knew from, like, college or high school, something like that. They basically had a relationship in the past. She cheats, but everything that happens afterward, she ends up being honest about what happened. But then her relationship, it ends. Lawrence ends up, kind of revenge. I don't know if that's revenge cheating or he didn't know how to break up or he sort of moved out. Like, things just were not good for her. Her car was breaking down. I think she got into a car accident, and, like, then she had to deal with all these other jerk-off guys that were really weird or socially awkward or rude. She had to use these dating apps. Like, things were not good for her. Things weren't good for her at work. That's real life for you. So if you go and you do something raggedy, there's a consequence for it. And those are the shows I'll continue to watch. if we're talking about secular television and what's not right for the spirit. But again, Taylor's opinion. I'm not the end all be all of opinions. But if you wanted my opinion, that's my opinion. That's my take on the situation. That's how I feel about black television and consequence and what's not right for the spirit. To me, a show is not right for your spirit if there's not consequence for those actions. I mean, you don't want to keep seeing somebody being destroyed over and over again. They just never learn. That's kind of the point of it. Like, not, you don't want that type of show, but obviously after you've gotten your ass kicked that many times because you keep not doing right, you're gonna learn, hopefully. Then, I guess if they keep doing the same righteous shit, then you'd want to retire the show, but then we're getting into a different conversation. Just show me consequence. That's what I appreciate. That's my take on the situation. There go my 10, 11 minutes. Thanks for hanging in there. Thank you for subscribing again. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. And watching my dog sleep.